And then there were people that responded yes immediately, people that I expected to, but then I didn't hear from, and I'm like, what it more made me realize was that this feeling like, if people are independently coming to this conclusion, you guys didn't talk it over, you and AB, it wasn't like a conspiracy against Norton. People,
how do you know?
Well, you know what I mean. I would almost feel honored if it was. But if people came to this conclusion independently, well, then obviously that's the way it is. You know what I mean? I'm not delusional enough to think that everybody talked it over. This is obviously when when people just had to think of this, nobody wanted to do it. So, fair enough. What am I going to do? Tell everybody they're wrong? They must not be wrong. If they're all saying no, okay. They're all saying no, so I accept the no, without, hey, you're a cunt. But it just made, and I literally, it just kind of made me reevaluate, not the friends I have. I've seen you since then. I haven't been like, fuck you. It's like, whatever. It is what it is. But behind the scenes, the comics that try to get on, I'm like, fuck that. Fuck them. Like, why would I help people when I look back, like you, guys that have done most shit for me, or you, Louis C.K., there's a few guys that have really done shit for me, like as friends and as comedians. So it's like, what can I say? Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't ask Louis to do this, but I know he wouldn't have done it. What am I going to say? Fuck Louis? He put me on his show. He took care of me. You've taken care of me. I can't say fuck guys that have taken care of me and have genuinely involved me in their careers. Like, I can't.
But you have.
No, I have.
Follow me on Twitter.
That's not a fuck you, though.
Fuck you.
No, it's not silly.
I don't exist anywhere else.
What's that?
I don't exist anywhere else. It's the only way to fuck me, and you did.
You shouldn't even exist there. I don't. That's not a fuck you. I'm telling you. If it was a fuck you, I think you'd sense it. It's not a fuck you. Well, I just don't want to see what people are talking about. I don't want to hear what's going on with people's this and people's that. I wasn't interested. I'm like, because then I get something and I'm excited about it. And I'm not saying it's the fucking greatest thing ever, but when I can't get anybody to do it, I'm like, fuck, what am I doing? Like, it was a wake-up call to me. Like, what am I fucking doing? Fucking involving myself with all the other comics. You want to do this? You want to do that? You want to come in? Fuck everybody. Like, what? Let everybody worry about themselves, which is what everybody does.
But Jimmy, I just gotta say one thing. Like, to a lot of people, being unfollowed is kind of like, it hurts the ego a little bit. So you might want to explain that more, is all I'm saying.
I wasn't hearing back from people. Like, what am I doing? I wasn't here, and I unfollowed comics that had nothing to do with this.
Right.
People that had nothing to do with this. But it was like, maybe but that's not a fuck you to people publicly. I honestly don't think anybody notices who I follow. Who gives a shit?
And I think people might now realize, Colin realized what someone told him.
But how would you feel if you had a show and people did, and I understand the conversation you and I had, but like if I asked my manager, I'm like, did this, and it wasn't just you, didn't get back to us? He's like, no, they never got back. Or they took a month to answer. It's like, Jesus Christ, I am a lot lower down on the fucking scale than I thought. And that's my fault. That's nobody else's fault. So unfollowing people, I just don't want to hear their conversations. That's not maybe it seems like a fuck you in this day and age, but it's really not. I just don't want to hear the conversations. I'm tired of involving myself with other fucking comics. I've been doing that for so long. Like, let's do that. And I'm like, what am I, a fucking Robert Townsend? I did no disrespect to him, but fuck him. I just want to bring comics on stage.
No disrespect to him, but fuck him.
That's great. But you know what I mean? It was like a wake-up call.
Yeah. And
there was a couple of people that I asked that literally never responded. I told my manager, fuck that cocksucker, pull the offer back. Fuck him. And then I wound up not doing the show because we couldn't get certain, so it's like, whatever. So I was just like, fuck everybody, man. What am I doing? Involving myself, even in this, and hey, let's do gigs together. Like, what a faggot I am. And I really mean, I was this annoyed at myself. I didn't have vitriolic conversations. Fuck Colin. I really didn't feel that way. I was like, if everyone comes to this conclusion, then the conclusion is telling me something. It's not like everybody said yes and one guy said no. So I'm like, fuck that guy. You can't. The difference between me and a paranoid person is I recognized that a bunch of people coming to a conclusion separately, I'm the common denominator. So I have to recognize that. Have to recognize it.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
Will you be following Colin?
It's the idea of, if I was going to follow, once I start following comics, of course I'll follow Colin, but it's because he makes, Colin makes me laugh. But it's literally, I'm not following any comedians. It was like, that's what it is, except for Patrice. And even the people I've started to follow Because I'm like, I don't want to just see fucking, Ozzy fucking Twitters once a month, and Open Ant I'll see sometimes it's not 8 hours before they don't tweet, and I miss seeing certain things. But I'm not following any comics. And I'm not saying I never will again. I don't care if comics follow me, don't follow. I didn't look at it like it was a fuck you. I believe me, I don't think anybody...
Please.
What? No, I don't. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm not that good at being passive-aggressive.
We go back a long way.
Yes.
You're telling me that's not the most passive-aggressive move ever.
No, it's not.
I don't know what to say.
Because a passive-aggressive...
Was just a random thing? Oh, jeez, I just decided to make a clean break.
When you were in...
I admit it was a passive-aggressive angry act.
It didn't feel angry. I was just like, I unfollowed...
Oh,
I'm telling you, I unfollowed everybody. But why are you not hearing what I'm telling you? When I'm telling you that
it sounds like bullshit.
But that's bullshit? Recognizing that everybody comes to the same conclusion that I'm the fucking comment. How is that bullshit? You can't be more honest than to say that. It would be bullshit if I was blaming everybody else, but I'm not. I'm not blaming everybody else. Here we are having a pseudo discussion / argument, which is not really that much of an argument, and I'm not blaming you. I'm not. If it was just Colin or just, I would blame, but it wasn't.
Who else was it?
I'm not even going to say. And I didn't want to have that discussion. That's why I unfollowed everybody. Because I didn't.
How many people was it? At least give me that.
4 or 5, and a couple had reasons, and I definitely...
Give it out. Were you at the dinner? Was I there with you at the dinner? At least give me that, Senator.
Well, I don't know why, Colin is refusing to come on this show and debate me. We've asked him. But no, you're wrong about it being a passive-aggressive act. It wasn't. It would have been passive-aggressive if I unfollowed people selectively. Now I'll make a statement. But I didn't think... It's like if you're unfollowing everybody... I'm obviously not going to kill myself, so people just think, he's unfollowing him. I didn't think that was a statement, because I'm not following any comics.
Jim, you're nothing to me now. You're not a brother. You're not a friend.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't want to see you at the Comedy Cellar. I don't want to see you in my house.
You know how happy I am that you tripped on Comedy Cellar?
Oh, man.
I want to know a day in advance.
How big an issue is this, Colin, on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as friendship?
Probably it's 10 the highest.
Yeah.
4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's that, because, at least from my place, because I've seen you. We did the benefit together. I saw you last night. And I'm telling you, I don't feel...
But he didn't have this info, though.
I realized what you were doing.
But you're wrong.
You only got this info, yesterday, Colin?
I realize now what he did at the benefit.
What did I do at the benefit?
Beautiful new build. And he said, you know what? I'll say hello to these cocksuckers.
No.
In the name of Patrice, I'll fucking smile and say hello.
That's your paranoia. That's wrong. I'm telling you that's wrong. Believe me, I would be...
bigger man. It's in honor of him. I'll say hello. I'll be nice.
That's not true.
But the day I see them on Twitter is the day I'll fucking put bamboo into my nails. It'll never happen.
No, it's not true. I'm not a good enough actor, as we've all seen, to pull that off. I'm not a good enough actor to hide. When you're in studio, and when I see you at the benefit, and when I see you last, I'm really not good enough to pretend.
Opie and Bill Barr on me.
No, I'm not. Oh. I'm not good enough to hide that at all. I'm not. I told you. I just was like, I had to come to the conclusion that these guys didn't talk it over, man. So, sometimes I didn't, how could you tell me I'm full of shit when I'm saying that it was a heartbreaking, but I'm the fucking, it was my delusional, it's not everybody else. I'm admitting that. I'm not saying it's you. I'm not motherfucker.
I'm not saying you're saying it, but I'm saying your actions.
Stop saying.
Your actions are just the opposite. Your actions are like, fuck you.
No, they're not. Now you're
sitting here all philosophical. You're trying to act like, yes, I realize it's my
But I did. But no, what do you think, that I'm fucking that good at being passive aggressive, that me just not following someone on Twitter is the best I can do to be a cunt? Come on, dude, I'm not that good at hiding it. You would have felt it in person, or you would have fucking sensed it by something I tweeted or something I said. Come on.
No, you gave me the silent treatment.
I didn't give you the silent treatment.
I sent you a bunch of the usual singers that we used to go back and forth laughing.
First of all,
dead silent.
First of all, I've read 2 zingers from you, and I thought you were sending me some, but then I realized immediately it was a guy named I am Colin Quinn.
That asshole, yeah.
Yeah, but okay. But then I realized, okay, I thought it was you and it wasn't even you. So I've read 2 zingers from you, and I retweeted one of them.
That's ludicrous. I've sent you at least 10 in the past month.
I haven't read them. I'm telling you, believe me.
Of course you haven't read them. You're not following me. How would you read them?
But I would still read my own @mentions. I just didn't see them. I read my own @mentions. So as far as I'm concerned, I've retweeted 50% of your zingers. The fuck do you want?
When do you think you'll be back with following some comics?
I don't know.
Ever?
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I'm not.
Healing takes time.
Well, it's just, I mean, I know everybody thinks I'm probably being a bitch about it, but it's like, I didn't make it a big issue. I didn't go out and motherfuck people. I didn't blame other people. But it really is it really is like, Jesus Christ. Like, certain people didn't even get back to me. I'm like, is that where I am on the fucking scale? Like, when certain people won't even respond? And I don't mean you, because you and I at least talked about it first. Other guys that I'm not named, like, I guess I wasn't that close to that guy. But like, fuck, am I that? Like, I don't merit just, hey man, this is why I can or I won't do it. And you know who was fucking helpful with this?
Joe DeRosa?
Nah, DeRosa just puts it all in a perspective. I'm like, I could always just direct and smoke in my apartment. Fucking zilch. That's the one saving grace. I didn't have to follow Bob anymore. Oh, shit. But, yeah, I mean, there was, whatever, man. It just, that was what it was. But there was a lot of people that had nothing to do with it that I just didn't want to see comics tweet. Cause I just, and behind the scenes, and I'm not going to mention any names, people were trying to get on the show, and I'm not mad at them, but I'm just like, why would I go out of my way? And again, it just doesn't mean guys like fucking you and Boss and Bobby who have carte blanche can do it. I'm not talking about that. Or guys like Bill or, it's just guys that aren't a member of the quote-unquote core crew. Like, why would I go to bat for any of these guys? They would never do a fucking thing for me. Why would I? Not that I would hurt them or not that I would motherfuck them or badmouth them, but why would I? Like, how many, and again, so many times that people don't see in the show meetings, like when this guy's on or when they're pitching someone and you guys might not know him, I'm like, well, no, he's funny or he's this and he's that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's a no. But even when it's a yes or they come on and they're not doing that great, instead of just sitting there and fucking watching them stew, which is what I should do, not fucking step on them, not sabotage them, but let them fucking stew. But I don't. Fucking a dumb cunt I am, because I've been on enough radio shows. I'm like, elbow.
You bail them out.
It just annoys me about myself. It's like a codependent little fucking faggot quality that annoys me about myself.
You just don't want to see somebody getting fucked.
But it's just annoying, too. It's like, what the fuck? Shut my mouth.
Carl, comment?
Yeah, all I have to say is, what is Ron and Fez's number?
Oh, shit.
The same as this one, stupid. Listen to the show once, you know that.
All right.
Oh, wow.
I think we got a lot accomplished here.
We had a lot off our chests, anyway.
Yeah, I think we might have. I still follow you, Carl.
Thanks, Al.
The side boob tweet was very funny. Call me a side boob.
Oh, jeez, if I didn't know what was going on, I never would have tweeted that one.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Yeah, but I didn't know who I was dealing with. The guy sitting there plotting my fucking death.
Holy shit. I wasn't plotting it. I was just kind of wishing for it. I was hoping to be some sort of an accident.
Wow.
All right, guys, have a good morning, I guess.
All right, Carl.
You certainly made it fun.
It was very nice seeing you last night.
It sure
Very
was.
Funny.
You're a good hugger.
Oh, what a party. I mean, Jesus, just a feel loved one.
That was a grown-up big boy party
Yes,
right
it was.
there.
I wanted to kill myself at the end of it.
All right,
We're really finished.
all right, buddy.
All right there,
Bye,
Carl.
guys.
Bye, Carl.
All right, Colin, thanks. Thanks a lot.
There goes
Colin
Colin
Quinn, everyone.
Quinn.